I got a really exciting, but I'm really nervous about this announcement. We're flying. We're going fast, and we don't go fast. Because who sails 2 miles an hour to your anchorage? Us.
Freaks with no motor.
I'm Kristen, and this is Matt. We've spent the last 4 years sailing our $5,000 Craigslist boat to some of the most beautiful places in the Caribbean. From spearfishing in South Andros Bahamas, staying in a treehouse and riding horses through the rainforest of the Dominican Republic, to even dodging hurricanes in Puerto Rico. We could have never imagined what this adventure would become. After gaining more sailing experience, we knew we had to make some serious upgrades to our boat if we wanted to keep this journey going. Unfortunately now, our engine is no longer working. We'll be back in the boatyard for a while. But before we set up on the hard, we wanted to test our skills by sailing engineless around the Caribbean. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Sailing GBU.
Welcome back, welcome back. Today we're gonna be, this may be a bit of a shocker, we're gonna be sailing. We're gonna put the sails up and we're gonna rip down the waves with the wind. We're gonna hit sail, as some people would say. And today we're leaving Vieques and we're going to Culebra. I'm looking forward to it because we got about a 20 something mile sail today. But Culebra's cool because it's kind of like a little bit more built for boaters than Vieques is. Even though we love Vieques and it's really cool, it's hard to get things. It's hard to get to the grocery store, it's hard to do laundry, hard to do all these things. You have to rent a scooter to go do all this stuff, so that's big boy money. But in Culebra, you could just pull your dinghy up to the grocery store, pull your dinghy up to the gas station, so it's really cool. It's kind of like more built for boaters, and I'm hyped. Plus, they got a nice little mooring area, so we're going to be sailing up into the mooring field. Hopefully that goes well. And should be relatively uneventful sail, wide open water more or less the whole time. We got to dodge these rocks when we leave. But going in, we have to sail through like a, whoa, good lord, no rolly there, excuse me. We have to go through a channel, and we have to, obviously we're under sail power only, so hopefully that doesn't throw any curves our way.
So a few exciting things are going to be coming up. So let's get going because we got to go out there before the wind picks up even more, I think.
Dun, dun, dun. Alright, so last time we sailed, we blew our furler line, the line that furls in our head sail. I knew it was chafed because obviously when I went up there I could see that it had been cut right through. What I realized was that I had one of my blocks too close to the rail, and what it did was when I would have it reefed and there'd be a bunch of rope kind of bunched up there, and it would kind of turn a little bit back and forth as I would love for whatever else I was doing, tack, and it just kind of sawed through. So I'm gonna have to make some adjustments to my main line there when I get a new rope.
One less ticket before it's gone. One less summer before it's fall. Tune your strings and play your cards. Little words hit me like a game of darts. And you're beating on my drum. And you're beating on my door. Running faster
here. We made a tack. We're blazing around the corner of Vieques, or the edge, whatever you'd like to call it.
Punto Oeste.
Punto what?
Este.
Punto Este. And we're flying at 7 knots. It's about 20 knots of wind today, I would say. And we're flying. We're going fast, and we don't go fast. So I'm just holding on to my britches, and we're getting by. We're ripping, and we're gonna get there hopefully in no time.
Alright, so I'm sailing up to where I'm going to have to start making decisions here. What I'm going to do is just sail straight up to the channel because I think the wind is pretty favorable, and then see if I can sail directly down that channel. If I can, that's going to be great because then I'll just be able to sail right into the anchorage, no big deal. If not, and I'm having a little bit of shifty winds or something like that, or the reef's coming a little too close, I will furl in my head sail and just use my self-tacking and jibe my way in. It'll take a little bit longer, I'll lose some speed, but safety first when you don't got a motor.
So we're slowly entering the anchorage. We have our mainsail out to the side. We're slowly going downwind with our staysail loose, and it's a slow journey, but you got to do it. And we're making it in, and I think we'll be able to tack right into the mooring field. And someone's boat sunk over there. Let me show you that. Someone's poor boat over there on the reef. Coming into anchorage, we decided to go over here. After 500 test runs and circles, we decided that spot was not for us.
The spot would have been for us, but it's that barge that gave me pause. There's a whole barge there, which means, you know, there's some other boats.
But now we're swooping in. I think we're getting pretty shallow here, Matt. The land's like almost reachable by arms.
So we're creeping in.
But we're creeping in. We just got our main up. And this is what sailing enthusiasts are all about. I think another boat motored up, wondering if we were in trouble.
Probably wondering if we were in trouble.
Because who sails 2 miles an hour to your anchorage? Us.
Freaks with no motor. Freak! All right, y'all. Welcome back to another exciting installment of Matt Cam. Well, first things first, I gotta muck out my dinghy, bail it. Alright guys, so as you could see, the gas station was very convenient for the dinghy just to pull up and tie off. But what happens a lot of times on these smaller islands is they're out of gas today on the island. So I heard the gas is going to show up later. So that's one thing I won't be able to check off my list. But I think we can still go get the groceries. Fingers crossed that it's open.
Alright guys, so it's the next day after Matt did all his errands, and today I'm going to do a little bit of a project. I'm pulling out my sewing machine and I'm going to attempt to fix our high-field bench seat bag. It doesn't have that many problems, but it does have a few things I'm going to have to sew up and try to fix. It should be fine. This is a pretty thin material. Ideally, I'd want to probably take this apart and use it as a pattern and get more structured material, waterproof zippers, and make it better. But for now, I don't have any of that thing, so I'm just going to repair it, make it look a little bit better, make sure it doesn't rip it anymore, and just fix that up. Alright, so I finished sewing that. It wasn't that bad as I thought. Basically, this part was just ripping apart, and then the zipper, I had to sew over, back and forth over the zipper so the zipper wouldn't rip off anymore. So, a lot easier than I thought. For some reason I thought it was a much more of a wreck, but now let's wait for Matt to get home. I think he's out at the grocery store or something, and then he's going to do the last repairs to the dinghy. Alright, Matt's back. What do you think of my sewing job?
I like the
You need to
stopper.
be very careful with that, by the way.
I like the stopper on the end. That's going to be clutch for me because it kept flying off before. This flap dapper, ooh wee, that's going to make it all fit. Very nice. I think you did a great job, Kristen. I'm going to give you A++ for this, and I can't wait to get it back on there. But the work is not done. I still got to glue my footboards back on because I'm not going to lie, I've been jumping that dinghy lately and I've been almost slipping multiple times.
Unfortunately, it just rained right before this project, but we'll dry it up, right?
We'll dry it off, and it's an epoxy, so it's going to dry no matter what and kind of stick. And they're all coming off anyway, so I'm sure I'll have to kind of stick and move and apply and reapply as life goes on. yeah, I'm gonna line them up. I see that this is about, I don't know, ½ inch or something like that. So I'm kind of just gonna put them back in that area and get them all glued down, all nice and deep black. Alright, so I got my first layer of glue down, and now I'm just holding it to get that really set. And I'm sitting here, I got nothing but time to think, and I'm looking over at this boat that was crashed up on the rocks, and the barge went over there and tore it off. So, you know, it kind of makes me sad when I see boats crashed on the rocks. It's like someone's dream that just didn't quite make it in life. I heard it was a drunk guy that was just doing wheelies around or doing donuts.
Wheelies?
Not wheelies, he was doing donuts. And then he crashed it up on the wreck. And
Well, who does donuts at the opening of the bay with reef?
I guess when you got a big boy boat like that, some people, when they get the hand on the throttle, they start to believe that they are that thing in which they're controlling, and they get the whiskey throttle going, and you know, you start to feel invincible. But you know, the Lord has a way of keeping you humble. As you can see above me, this is my old gangster panel that hangs off the back of my top here. And it was from my old panels before I got my solar farm, my new one put in. And what I've been using it for is to charge the crank battery for my diesel inboard. Since we all know we don't have the diesel inboard anymore, so we no longer need the crank battery for it. So I no longer need this solar panel charging that crank battery. So what I did was I decided to splice this into my solar farm, because we've been getting a lot of rain for the last couple weeks, and I haven't been doing that great with my solar upkeep. So I said, let me throw this in there and see what kind of difference it makes. I was expecting a small difference. What I discovered was that I got like almost a 30% increase with one 130 watt panel. So I increased my overall wattage by, I would say, 20%. But I got a 30%, over a 30% increase in power. So what I think is that I must have wired something wrong, or I have another theory. So let's go up top and show you, so you can kind of help me out and say it's either one of the two, or maybe it's a third thing that I haven't even considered yet. Okay, so the first thing that I think I might have done wrong was when I wired the panels in, obviously they come with two wires, a positive and a negative. And when I wired them in, maybe I just did a poor job with my connectors, and maybe they're getting like patinaed, and that's not letting enough power flow through. And I used kind of cheap wire from Home Depot also. So what I'm thinking is I need to either get better wire, better connectors, and maybe even solder those together so that I have a really good connection and then completely enclose it. Or with some suggestions that you guys have had, and also with some reading that I've done, because these are flat on the roof, and they get kind of hot, people say that you lose some of the efficiency of the panel because of that as well, because the air can't go under and cool off the panel, so the panel runs hot and it doesn't make as much power, which would make sense because on the back the air runs under that panel, and this panel puts out a lot of power. I went from making like 10 to 12 amps under maximum power or maximum sunlight to making 15 to 18 amps with maximum power of the sun with just adding that panel. So it made like an 8 amp, 7-8 amp difference. So it made a huge difference. I don't know if it's my wiring, I don't know if it's the panels losing efficiency because they're hot. I don't know what the heck's
Or if
going
the
on.
panels just suck.
Well, the panels could just suck, but I couldn't imagine that. It's a pretty good brand. Maybe I had to. So I'm thinking, is it more than likely my wiring? Is it more than likely the panels are getting hot? What do I have to change when I get back to the boatyard? Because I'm going to leave it as it is for now, because that panel's helping me out, and obviously I'm jacked up on jackery, so that's helping me. But when I get back, I'm going to have to fix this, get better wire, jack up the panels, do what I got to do to make it work better, because we're not exactly truly able to go like off grid. We got about a 10-day run before I have to pump it up with the generator.
All right, guys, so I got a really exciting, but I'm really nervous about this announcement.
Let's bring in the whole family for this.
I don't think Bear wants to join us, but we're making a decision, and it's taken a little bit of decision making to take this decision. What am I saying? All the decisions were made to equal this decision that we are going to leave Puerto Rico without our engine.
We decided to keep surging forward. Can't stay in Puerto Rico forever, even though I am soy boricño now. And, I love it here. There's really no reason to ever leave. However, Kristen's got the travel bug. She's an endless adventurer. She has to see an infinite horizon in her future. So, yeah, we're going to take off and we're going to try to sail to the Virgin Islands with the U.S. Virgin Islands with no engine, which is, for me, a little more daunting. It's more crowded. Obviously, there's 9 million boats in every anchorage. So, we're
a bit nervous, but I think we're going to have some fun, and we've learned a lot with our sailing and our sails. We like the way our sails are going, but we are going to come back to Puerto Rico, obviously, to put our engine in when it's delivered. As we told you before, we put our deposit down for that, but we have a good amount of time where we can go check out some other islands.
Yeah, we got a month. We got 3 weeks to a month that we don't really want to sit on. We've been all around the Spanish Virgin Islands, so we want to boogie, see something new. I heard they got a Margaritaville over there, so I will be turning up.
Margaritaville.
Old Margaritaville. It's like a circle. We started in Margaritaville and we come all the way back.
You guys
around.
didn't know that's where I used to work before I jumped on this adventure. Shout out to all my Margaritaville homies, co-workers. If you're still there, check out my friends at Hollywood, Florida, at 5:00 somewhere. That's where I used to work.
Yeah, and if you ever go to like a Land Shark restaurant, you can always go like this with your hand and say "fins up," and everyone's got to do it if they work there. And if they
I don't know if that's still true, but it's part of the cult. I mean, it's not a cult.
Culture. It's part of the culture.
Anyways, I hope you guys like this video, and make sure you hit subscribe, share it with a friend, and hit the like button. And tell us good luck for our adventures. We might be here for a couple more weeks waiting on the wind to be proper for us to go there. We're going to have to get a COVID test. We have amount of hours before we have to get to the next island. So a little bit of stressful stuff, but it's all going to be okay. And we'll see you guys next week. Bye.